Have you ever noticed how your willpower seems to quietly pack its bags and leave the moment the sun goes down? All day you're disciplined, controlled, on track, and then suddenly it's 11 p.m. and you're giving in to cravings, scrolling endlessly, or making choices you'd never make at noon. It feels like a mystery, almost like you become a different person at night. But here's the truth. This isn't weakness. It's not lack of discipline. It's a predictable psychological pattern your brain has been following for years. You just never realized it. All day, you push yourself. You make decisions, manage emotions, hold yourself together, do the right thing, even when it's hard. And no one sees this, but it quietly drains your mental fuel. So when nighttime arrives, your brain isn't suddenly rebellious, it's exhausted. And exhausted brains struggle with control, boundaries, and long-term thinking. The world thinks you're inconsistent, but the psychology behind it tells a very different story. Here are the signs your willpower isn't disappearing. It's running out of energy. You make healthy choices all day but slip at night. People think this means you're undisciplined. But psychologically, this is called ego depletion. Your self-control wears down after constant decision-making. It's not failure. It's mental fatigue showing up the only way it knows how. You do work perfectly during the day but procrastinate at night. Others assume you're lazy or distracted. But at night, your executive functioning drops, meaning tasks feel heavier, even if they're small. You're not avoiding the work. You're avoiding the mental effort you no longer have capacity for. You become more emotional or sensitive after dark. People may say you're dramatic at night. But emotional regulation takes energy, and once that energy fades, your brain stops filtering feelings. This sensitivity is actually a sign you've been holding yourself together all day. You break habits you're proud of maintaining. Most assume it means you don't want it badly enough. But habit consistency depends on cognitive resources, which naturally decline at night. Your effort isn't failing. You're simply human. You crave sugar, carbs, or dopamine-heavy distractions in the evening. Others chalk this up to bad habits, but your brain is searching for fast energy to replenish depleted mental reserves. Those cravings are your brain trying to refuel, not sabotage you. Your motivation crashes even for things you genuinely care about. People misread this as lack of interest. But nighttime reduces your prefrontal cortex activity, making long-term goals feel distant and irrelevant. Your passion isn't gone. Your access to it is just temporarily offline. You give in to impulses you easily resist earlier in the day. Most think this means you're inconsistent. But impulse control is one of the first abilities to weaken when mental energy drops. Your impulses didn't get stronger. Your guard simply got tired. You say things at night you don't mean during the day. Others interpret this as dishonesty. But nighttime thinking is shaped by emotional fatigue, not logic. Your night brain isn't the real you. It's the overworked you. The pattern is simple. As the day goes on, your brain shifts from regulation to survival. This is why you feel like two different versions of yourself. Not because you're flawed, but because the mind has limits, and nighttime reveals them. Here's the calming part. These traits don't mean something is wrong with you. They mean you've been carrying more than the average person notices. They mean you operate at high effort throughout the day. They mean your brain has been trying, really trying, to keep you functioning, focused, and responsible. And nighttime is when the cost becomes visible. So instead of shaming yourself for having less willpower at night, recognize what it actually shows. That you're someone who pushes hard, manages a lot, and burns through mental batteries because you care. If this sounds like you, you're not weak, you're worn down. And worn down people don't need judgment. They need understanding, rest, and a bit more compassion for the parts of themselves that only show up when the world finally gets quiet. If you love understanding the psychology behind how your mind works, subscribe for more.